Good evening, church family. Thank you for tuning in to this Bible study. You are about to become that much wiser as we continue in our series called Random Proverb. Random Proverb number 3. Proverbs 17:28 says, "Even a fool who keeps silent is considered wise. When he closes his lips, he is considered intelligent." The writer of this proverb seems to be implying that a fool, whether he chooses to speak or whether he chooses to remain silent, can determine how people perceive him. So by his words, by his conversation, you can only tell that he's a fool when he's doing what? When he's running his mouth. There are many ways to describe what it means to be foolish and what it means to be wise, but we'll keep it simple. A fool is someone who lacks good sense and good judgment. And if they do have a little bit of sense and a little bit of judgment, they fail to apply it to their lives. A person of wisdom will be someone who has good sense and good judgment, and they properly apply it to their lives in order to make good decisions. This proverb, if thought about, would actually benefit our culture so much because we live in the age of social media. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. Social media gives any and everybody a platform. So now everybody has a voice. And so many people use that voice without discretion. You don't have to post every thought. You don't have to tweet the first thing that comes to mind. Because think about it. You could be a fool and your clients wouldn't know it. Your customers wouldn't know it. Your constituents wouldn't know it. Your employers wouldn't know it. If you would just close your mouth and limit what you put out there. Don't blurt out everything on your mind. Don't let everyone know what you're thinking. Keep some things to yourself because it can make you appear wiser. And see, you may not even be the smartest, but when you hold your tongue, you give yourself time to process your thoughts. You give yourself time to refine what you're thinking. And see, that is the very reason that a resume should be very concise. Because the more you ramble on, the more they're going to realize you're not fit for this job. Next, James 1:19 says, "Know this, my beloved brothers, let everyone be quick to hear and slow to speak and slow to anger." I don't think it's a coincidence that James paired speaking with anger. All of your foolishness comes out when you're angry. Let somebody make you mad enough. You're going to talk about their mama. You're going to say something about their dead dog. You're going to talk about how they have one leg that's shorter than the other. You're going to talk about how cheap their clothes are. Every low blow that you can take and every foolish thing you can say, you will say when you are angry. So when you are upset, when you are furious, keep silent. Close your lips. Don't talk. Walk away. Trust me. Every word of wisdom may go out the window when you are angry. And at the least, this proverb shows that even if you are a little unwise, you can receive honor that is not even due to you simply because you keep quiet. Ecclesiastes 3:7 lets you know that there is a time to keep silent and there is a time to speak. Even a fool can stand in the presence of great men and great women if you listen more than you talk. Take notes. Don't always feel like you have to interject your opinion. If you're in the presence of an elder or an expert, absorb their wisdom. Don't try to feel like you have to try to match their intelligence. You're only going to make yourself look bad. As a matter of fact, let's see what a moment of silence can do. But on a more serious note though, It's one thing to open your mouth and be foolish before men, but it's a whole nother level to open your mouth and be considered foolish by God. Ecclesiastes 5:2 says, do not be rash with your mouth, nor let your heart be hasty to utter a word before God. For God is in heaven and you are on earth. Therefore, let your words be few. Folks be talking reckless to the Lord, saying the first thing that comes out of their mouth to the Almighty, all-knowing creator of the heavens and the earth. If you really knew who you were talking to, you would bow down with your face to the ground and you would tremble in fear. So let your words be few when you are addressing the almighty, majestic creator of the universe. Jesus said out of his own mouth, I tell you, on the day of judgment, people will give account for every careless word they speak. For by your words you will be justified, and by your words you will be condemned. The words that you say can reveal what's in your heart. That is random proverb number 3. And you are that much wiser because you took the time to study and draw a little bit more closer to the Lord. Tune in next week for random proverb number 4. And until next time, by his grace.